Hello, hello, hello. Hey
Hello.
guys. It is us at Coffee Chats Unfiltered. And let me hold up and cheer my coffee cup with my co-host Val. Cheer. Cheers, not cheer.
Oh,
I know, right? And I didn't even take a sip.
take a sip. Oh, that's from the Charlie Brown.
Yes, and it's Lucy patting Snoopy on the head,
Oh,
and she says,
yeah.
"Be nice."
I love it. Be
I
nice. That's
know.
good. Okay, I like that.
Be nice, y'all. Be nice and kind to each other. You guys, and that goes into what we're talking about today because we're going to be nice and kind to ourselves and others because we're talking about keeping our joy
Hmm.
as we're now going into this 2025 holiday season. Can y'all believe it's September 1st today?
Already.
I know, right, Val?
Ready. Jeez.
Happy Labor Day, y'all. It's Labor Day and we're here and it's Labor Day and we're just dropping in for a hot little minute, but we wanted to just share some nuggets about things that we've experienced and learned from through the years regarding what we look forward to in our holiday season and
Mhm.
how we need to keep our joy intact this holiday season. So first we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Cynthia Merritt, and I found myself coming upon my retirement years and saying, "Oh my gosh, things don't look good for me. Look at these finances, look at these different things." But what I did have was tools. I
Mhm.
had some tools and I was able to make some changes and I was able to draw upon my transferable
Mhm.
skills that I've
Mhm.
experienced in life and gained and my experiences, things good and bad in businesses that I've started. And so we're here to share those nuggets, just our experiences in Coffee Chats Unfiltered. And my co-host is
Valerie Davis here on Coffee Chats Unfiltered. And I am 53 years old, and I found myself going through so many changes late in life. Changes with my job, career, business, body, man, hot flashes, menopause, perimenopause, you name it. I'm just saying it all, Cynthia. All the changes that was going on. And when you're going through things like that, man, and your money is funny too, you feel like you're about to lose your mind and you need something to hold on to. So, in order to have something to hold on to, that means I had to find something to grasp. And I decided to change the trajectory of my life, of my mindset, everything health, wellness, finances. And this is how we get to the point of where we are today because those things that are helping me could help you, things that are helping you to help us. And hey, that's what we're here for, finding those things out, building upon, and grasping onto something else that can take us even further in our life.
absolutely, absolutely. That is so true. So, like I said earlier, we're going to talk about joy as we are going into this 2025 holiday season. And holidays are something that we always look forward to, the anticipation of it, the money, whether it's giving money to others or receiving money from others. We always look
Mhm.
forward to that. And then if the family and the friends and the just gatherings and the
Right.
love that's shared and the celebrating, one thing that I love, there's a new celebratory day that people call Friendsgiving. So a lot of people celebrate
Yes.
Thanksgiving outside of their family Thanksgiving on
Mm-hmm.
November, whatever day that year it falls upon. They have Friendsgiving, and that is a group of friends that you may work with. It could be colleagues, just your BFF, people that are local to you that you interact with and love and
Hmm.
share experience with on a daily basis. Those are your friends that you celebrate Friendsgiving with. And I just love that because all of that is surrounded. Thanksgiving actually is my favorite holiday of the year. And then second is Christmas, but Thanksgiving because it's just so full of
Oh,
gratitude,
yeah.
love,
Mm.
warmth, and just celebration of life.
Mm,
And it's where joy is swapped for
mhm.
stress. We can let our stress go for that day. And if we
Yes.
don't, y'all, we should, because that is a day that we're coming together to experience that joy, gratitude, love, and life. And we just look forward to those days. And here's a few ways that we can do that. So we're going to talk about some things that we can help guard this holiday season for us now that it has come upon us. So guarding your energy. So one thing with energy, we let go of our energy when we say yes to a lot of things that we don't want to do and we say or don't want to go to.
Mhm,
But we say anyway, we say yes out of obligation or
mm.
feeling that we need to do that. Some people are what do they call them? People pleasers.
Pleasers.
You
Oh
see,
my
I'm not
goodness.
one because I can't even remember what it's called, honey. But because for me, it's never been an issue for me to actually make it a fact that no is a complete statement. And so, but only say yes to things that you feel a full body yes to.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone asks you if you will do something or if you can do something that's going to require time
Mm-hmm.
or maybe money, um, only do that if you can easily say, "Oh yes," you just feel it in your soul. You want to do that. If you have to think about it, if there's a pause and you're trying to think of maybe something you can say that is you're going to be doing that you're really not going to be doing, but you could say that you're going to be doing that is going to keep you
That
from
means you
having
don't
one.
do that.
Yeah, that's not that full body yes, y'all.
That's right. If you do take a second to think and pause just to make sure that you have the bandwidth, you have the availability because of something you may want to do, then yes. But if you already just got to think of something, a reason to say, "Mm, I may have to do this, I'm not too sure," you really
Mm-mm.
have wanted to do that. Guard yourself, do what you want to make it easier and better for you. That's reality.
Yep, we have to oh, we have to protect that downtime. We got to protect our downtime. Like today, y'all, today's Labor Day. So we actually have some downtime for everybody who has the day off. Do what you want to do. Protect it like it's an appointment. And this is something I do
Mm-hmm.
every day when I take my walk at the park. In daylight savings time and then summertime, I do it at 7 o'clock every day because that's when the sun's going down, and I enjoy that time. So I treat that as if it is a standing appointment I have every day.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone tries to ask me to do something at 7 o'clock, I say it's a full body a full body no. No, I cannot do it because I have an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I have a standing appointment every day at the park to take my walk.
That's right. You
That's
are
my appointment.
with
And
yourself. That's right.
and it's the truth. It's the truth. So y'all, rest is not laziness. It's actually our fuel. We
Mm-hmm.
got to rest, trust and believe when you fuel your body with rest, you are doing yourself a favor.
That's true.
Val, what's your plan for restful activity for today
Mm.
on Labor Day?
When I finish here, I'm actually going to sit and watch a movie, and I'm just relaxing. I am going to sit and watch a movie because that's what I want to do. I'm not going to be running all over the universe. I'm not going to be running all over the world trying to do this and that. I'm not even answering the phone if I don't want to, don't have to. I'm doing what I feel that I need to do. And when it comes to that rest, and when you say rest is not laziness, that is so true. Because let me tell you, people would tell me all the time, every time I turn around, you're saying you're resting or you're sleeping. You got to have a lot of energy. Well, it depends upon what you call a lot of energy for me. No one knows that except me. So if I want to sleep, I will sleep. If I want to
Absolutely.
lay on my couch and just watch TV all day, I'll do that. We have a
Hmm.
choice. We have a choice.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about having a choice, making things easier and better for you during the holidays. And I
Hmm.
stick to that, anchor to what matters. When I say that, I mean anchor to what matters within you. Pick one or two traditions, love. You don't have to do everything all the time. Pick one or two traditions that actually light you up. What makes you happy? What makes you feel really good during this time? Whether it's baking, that won't be me because I'm not a cooker. But let's go church service, that could be me. A quiet walk with the lights, just looking at the decorations that's going on. Um, Let the rest be optional. So I just want to say this when we're thinking about traditions, when I want things to do with my family as a tradition, but something that's not just so busy and haywire, guess what we do? We sit down and we make something as simple as Rice Krispies. We choose what we're going to watch on TV. So we're going to choose up to 2 to 3 different movies because we're going to be there for a while. And you know what else we're going to do? Something else that's simple. We're going to order pizza.
Mm.
Nobody's cooking. Nobody's running all over the place. This is something simple to get us in the mood for what's about to come. And that's our tradition. That's what we do. So anchor to what matters. Pick one, two traditions that you actually love that makes you happy, and stick with it. And don't be afraid to say no to some of the
Mm.
things that people try to make you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is so true.
Yeah, if you don't have to adopt other people's traditions, you can stick with what you
Yeah.
have.
Exactly. Exactly. So we've got to keep the joy tangible, guys. Think about things that you like to do, that you like to touch and feel and make you feel good. So create little perks for yourself. It could just be a favorite playlist
Mm-hmm.
that you have. And what I do, I know for Christmas holidays, it's so funny. The whole month of December, y'all. I usually play, if I'm in the car driving, it'll be the radio stations that play Christmas music. And then in the house, if I have the TV on, then it'll be, even if it's on in the background, a Hallmark, if I can get that out, Hallmark or a Lifetime Christmas
Mm-hmm.
movie, because they play it for the whole month.
They sure do.
So
And
yep. And then think about, I used to love this, y'all. People don't do this anymore, hardly though. The handwritten Christmas cards. I used to start, this was such a joyous activity for me, and I hated it when it stopped. People started doing the digital
mm-hmm.
cards and things. And
Mm-hmm.
so nobody did, you didn't get them. And I used to put mine on the fireplace mantle
Yeah.
all the way across there. Every time I got a card, I would put up, and then I had my mantle was just cross
Mm-hmm.
uh, full of cars. But I used to love, usually I would do it on the 15th. I would start
Mm-hmm.
on the 15th of the month and start, sit down and take a weekend and do all my
Mm-hmm.
Christmas cards. I went through my address book. I had all the names in there. Y'all, but we don't do that anymore. That was such a joyful activity for me. And then the decorations, I do definitely every day. Every day, every year, I do a Christmas tree
Mm-hmm.
and I do Christmas decorations around the house. And I'll do that as long as I can because it brings me joy to walk through my house in the month of December
Mm-hmm.
and look at my Christmas tree. It just lights up my heart with all my decorations and look around and see my Christmas decorations. It just lights up my heart. It brings me joy. And that's what we're talking about, those joyful, tangible things. And just because it's something like that, it doesn't have to come from a grand gesture that's
Right.
bringing me joy. So, Val, do you put up a
Oh,
Christmas tree and decorate your house every
oh my
year, even if
God.
you're an empty nester?
Cynthia, I do. I do it for myself because it's
Yes.
calming, it's soothing. It reminds me of my mother, of all the things she used to do. And let me tell you this, you mentioned those cards. Now, because of my mother, I continue to do that. I continue to send out cards. I continue to, she would do it every year. would have me take her to the store and get 2 boxes of those 10, there was 10 in the box, cards. And she would, so we want to send this one to this person. We want to send this. So I still do that because of her. The
Uh-huh.
second thing I still do is carrying her tradition is giving cards to her grandchildren. Now, she had a whole bunch of grandchildren, but she was saving. Girl, let me tell you, she would put $5 in each card for
Yes.
the grandchildren. I don't care if they were 35, 45, 42, 2,
Mm-hmm.
3, or 4, but she would do that. And so I try to
$5.
keep that $5. So I would
Oh,
try
I
to keep that
love it.
tradition going. And they look forward to that. They don't care if they don't get anything else
I know.
because that's what Granny used to do for them.
Granny. Oh
So,
my
so I continue to those traditions because that helps me keep her going and remembrance of her. And as
God.
far as decorations, I had I decorate all the time, but I had kind of moved away from the traditional red and green and all that type of stuff. I started doing all the other colors, the blues, the purples, and a different tree in each room. But I said this year, in remembrance of her, I wanted to go back to the traditional colors, the red, the greens, you know how the red, green, the little different color red, green,
Mm-hmm.
and bow
Mm-hmm.
ties. So I want to do that this year for her. So, but I look forward to it every year, Cynthia, not just for my children and grandkids, but for me, I can be, it's like
Yes.
I'm a kid again. And it
Me
feels
too.
good.
Me
It,
too.
it
It's like when we go to Disney World and Disneyland, it turns us into kids again.
does. It does. And let me ask you this. I wanted to see if you remember this. Remember when we did this, my mom would have a small brown paper bag. And in that brown paper bag, she would put an orange, apple, walnuts, what do you call it, Brazilian nuts, pecans,
Yes.
um, and candy, and she would give them to us. We didn't have any stocking to us in these bags.
Right.
Well, it depends upon where I am or where I'm living. If I'm close to my neighbor, I would do that same thing with a bag, tie
Yes.
a bow around it, and give it to them. So I look forward to doing things like that. And sometimes neighbors are like, "Oh, I can't believe you did this for me." Something so simple, but it's what my
Yes.
mother did, and it brought joy to so many people. So I do that now.
I forgot about that tradition, Val. I'm so glad you said that. I'm going to do that this year. But I remember getting that when I was little. The bag had the orange, the apple, the Brazilian nut, the
Your
walnut.
peppermint candy,
Was there a peppermint in there?
yeah, peppermint candy, and the
Yeah.
orange. Do you remember those orange slice candies?
Yes.
Yes, something so simple, and it just
Simple,
warms the heart.
but it makes you happy. Yes.
Happy.
I'm
So
going to do that this year. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you said that.
incorporate that. Incorporate that. And while you're doing that, don't forget to set your boundaries with love. Don't forget to set your boundaries when it comes to family, the family dynamics, because the family dynamics at this time, y'all, you know, during holiday time, you can, you know, things can flare up, things can get a little heated at times. Okay, during this time of year, but for different reasons. It could be from just changes in life, loss of a
Mm-hmm.
loved one, marriage, empty nestinghood, divorces, blended families, any type of thing. So, so those to remember to have those boundaries, but also remember that the boundaries aren't walls;
Right,
they're just
right.
doors with doorknobs, doors with different doorknobs. Those doorknobs are going to take you to somewhere different. So you
Exactly.
have the ability, that's right. So you have the ability to decide what behavior you'll allow in your space.
Mhm.
That's a word from God right there. What
That
behavior
is.
is in your that you're going to allow in your space during this time, and what you'll step away from, what you'll accept, what you want to hear, what conversations you want to have, what conversations you don't want to have. So those
Mm-hmm.
are just simple door knobs that you want to, okay, I'm going to open the door and embrace this conversation. Oop, nope, I'm going to close this door, lock this door, throw away the key. I'm not going to have
Mm-hmm.
this conversation. And things like that will change as you get older, as your family dynamics change. Like I say, blended families, children being grown, siblings, age difference, and as you get older and older, um, you know, things may change. Um, we have a tradition where we spend weekends together, like during at least twice a year, sisters.
Okay.
We are noticing as we're getting older some of the conversations we can't have. They're not as gentle as they used to be, I must say.
Mhm.
The jokes may not come out as what we thought they made or how they did back in the day. So we're
Right.
learning that the trajectory within our realm is changing, but
Mm.
it's not a bad thing. It's just that once you understand it and you know it and you've seen it, see it, that's a different door that you're going to close. You're not going to
Yes,
open the door again, and that's more than okay, right?
absolutely.
That's okay. So here again, family dynamics, boundaries are not walls. They're just a different door with different knobs. And you can choose to move in that same path or you can choose not to. And it's all right. So set
Absolutely.
the boundaries with love because that's what it's all about.
It is. It is. And that's what the holidays are all about. And we know that the only constant in life is change. So things are always going to be changing. As long as we're alive and getting older, things are going to change. But just keep your celebrations in little bite-sized chunks, y'all. And especially now that we're going into this next year, inflation's going to hit people hard.
Yes.
So, what we want to know is that generosity does not always mean spending money, y'all. A lot of times, generosity, and this is most times in many situations, it's time, paying attention, and giving your presence, just being there with someone, spending time. That means more to a lot of people than anything with a price tag. And I love the entire holiday season. So, one of the things that makes me most happy is on Thanksgiving when people come to my house to feast on a meal that I have prepared for
Mm-hmm.
them. And we share love, we share Thanksgiving, we share that stories. Well, I love one of the things I'll have always looked forward to on Thanksgiving Day. It's seeing all the family members going around talking to everybody, seeing how people are advancing in their
Mm-hmm.
lives, with
Mm-hmm.
their jobs, what they're doing, and and sharing tips on investing and saving, showing the new car they bought that year, just
Mm-hmm.
watching people,
Mm-hmm. Cool.
propel and move
Mm-hmm.
forward in life and elevate themselves. That has always been one of my highlights for Thanksgiving Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love it. I love the conversation. So that's been one of my favorite. On Christmas Day, however, I've always loved staying home with my immediate family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's always been something that I've always cherished is our day at home. A lot of people take the photographs now with the pajamas, the
Yeah.
Christmas pajamas on,
Yes.
just showing that they're at home all day, just their immediate family with
Mm-hmm.
each other. And
Exactly. Oh,
yeah,
oh no,
and
Cynthia, you mentioned the conversations. Now, so my family, we have great conversations, but we go down this memory lane where we mimic those that are no longer here. There may be something that my
ooh,
dad did or said or a gesture or whatever. So we'll do that. And we're like, who did this? Or we'll just
oh,
act like them for a while. We love karaoke and singing songs that they used to love to sing. So that way it brings us closer, make us remember them, recall the great memories that we have,
mm,
um, and be a little silly and have fun. And
yes,
and like you said, just watching and listening to everyone grow and loving on that. And even if you feel that you're in a stuck place,
right,
this space of love, this safe space of love. And guess what? People, you're now more apt to take suggestions or
yes.
questions. So now we're like, okay, we're brainstorming on how we can help. So the next
Mm-hmm. There
you
you go.
story, a better situation. So having all that love there, and it makes it so much easier um,
Mm,
to get
mm-mm.
through and enjoy each other. So now that's something you can talk about for years to come.
And
Yeah.
yes, and it's all about community, and that's what that is.
Mhm.
Family is community. We
That's it.
gotta have it.
That's it. So when you think about at the end of the year, You want to take a look back at the year's end instead of tallying up, guys, what didn't happen. Talk about and notice the resilience and what it took for you to get to where you are. How did you get there? What did you do? What didn't you do? What worked? What didn't work? What you will not do again? What what you learned? It's just like it's like a whole bunch of it's like a gratitude thing. You know,
Hmm.
gratitude is a shortcut to joy. I may not have. I started out. I can say this for myself. I can speak for myself. I started out the beginning of 2025 very hard, very long, very, oh God, it was a lot going on at the beginning of 2025. But as I sit here, September 2025, I can see the light. I can see what's going on. I feel much better. So it's think about where you are, where you're going, how you got there. And that makes you forget about all that stuff that you was going through back then.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's the
So,
same conversation that I have with other people and my children. I tell them the same things. You know,
yes, yes, that is so good. That is so
mm,
good to hear. So, the one thing we want to do before we end today, y'all, is to acknowledge the two children who were killed. They were shot and killed,
mm,
and also the 17 to 19 people. There could be more at this point, I'm not sure, but hopefully not, at the Catholic Mass that was done this past week. And also, it's sad though, but we want prayers and everyone, a moment of silence or prayers for these people. And it's sad that we have 400 million registered guns, because that's how they can track them. And so there's more guns because
mm,
there are a lot that are unregistered. And we only have 330 million people in the United States. So if we got 400 million registered guns, that's more than the people in the United States.
mm.
More guns. And so we just need prayer. And then
Yeah.
also keep your prayers with Lisa Cook, who was the first Black woman at the Federal Reserve to
Mhm,
be nominated and hold that position, who was
mhm.
there, and now she was tried. It
Yeah,
was attempted for her to be fired by the person at the
mhm,
office,
mhm.
the Oval Office, and so now she's suing because there's no ground for that. So hopefully she'll win that. It depends on the judge, but we need prayers though, in that respect as we're
Yes.
going into this last quarter of the year. And
Mhm,
then I want to definitely put up
mm, mm.
this little PowerPoint not presentation, but just a slide. So if you haven't yet done so, you can take a picture of it. Let me share it and put all these news sites here that you guys can get. And if I can get around here. Hang on, guys. I'll be there in a sec.
That's fine.
Okay, looking for you guys so I can share it. Okay. Now I'm going to put that up and you can see that. Just take a picture of it and then you can have the information so you
Mm,
guys can get your news and be aware of everything you need to be aware of. There you go. So you
mhm.
see all the sites. And then up here, down here at the bottom, I've got to say again, call your senators about anything that's going on and let them know how they need to be voting for us. Okay.
Cynthia, I'm not seeing it, but hopefully the viewers are.
Oh, do you not see it?
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
It says has started screen sharing, but there it is. There you go. There it is. Independent media sites, factual YouTube.
Hmm. And those are some of the sites that you can definitely get facts on, not
Mhm,
mis or disinformation.
mhm.
So, and they talk about them daily, and so they'll keep you informed about everything that's going on. Call your senators at this number. Okay, you guys can take a picture of that, and I'm going to stop the share, and we will say goodbye, and we will wish everyone here just a great Labor Day. Get some rest. I've got three movies or three one's a documentary things I'm going to watch on Netflix too, Val. I made a big pot of vegetable stew and I'm getting ready to chill, hon. You know what? And I hope I don't even have to leave the house for the entire day.
I know, and I hope that you don't either. I hope that any of us so we can just relax. But before we
Yes.
for the month of September, the prayer for the month of September is that I pray that God grants us all with the gratitude for a new month, guidance and wisdom for a new month, peace and courage for a new month, divine favor and blessings for a new month, faithfulness and growth for a new month, and protection for a new month. In the name of
Mm.
Jesus, Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much
Okay.
for that, Val. And y'all have a great day. Thanks for staying here with us today, guys, and stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Coffee cups up. Have a
Mm-hmm.
good day, y'all. Bye.